Hello, people. How's it going, Chris?
Doing well.
Did someone mess up with my headphone volume? It sounds different.
No. Mine sounds good.
I think someone messed. I need a little more volume. Just a scotch. Just a little tad. I think this is number 3. 3. Check. Little less. Down a little bit. Okay, that's good. Hold on. Let me test it. No, down a little bit. A little too much. A little too much. Oh yeah, too much polishing.
All
right, down a little bit more.
Go back to where it was at the beginning.
You don't know. All right, check. All right, that's good. I don't think he even messed with it.
Yeah, he didn't turn the knob at all.
Nothing going on today, right? Easy day.
Yeah, just normal, slow Friday.
Easy, slow Friday with, what are we at here? How many orders we had? 400, and this is freaking awesome. I
417.
Every time we do stuff, I'm like, no one's going to freaking want to be a part of that. And then boom, 5,000 people have been in the store. We got 417 orders, $186,000. You guys are freaking awesome. So it's so good. So we're testing out the team, and they're failing. They're failing the test. Get out there, Chris.
Yeah.
Get the more orders out quicker. Somehow I managed this, and we got 2 people off. How did that happen?
3. No. 3?
3 people, yeah. Well, the good news is that Tuesday, they'll have a giant pile of stuff, and then we're going to sort of see what we can do.
Tuesday will be a good day.
It'll be rested and ready. Either that or stressed out and ready to quit. One or the other. Hopefully the former.
Yeah, when we have these free shipping,
oh boy,
I always like to go back and look. Pretty much everyone in California wakes up when they hear free shipping,
and I get destroyed.
Yeah, 5 boxes, 6 boxes, 4 boxes.
Yeah, there's $141 in shipping, $107 in shipping, $89, $83, $83, $78. So these are all shipping dollars that I'm eating.
Correct.
So when people get all bent out of shape, like, shipping should be free. Well, it's not cheap.
It's not.
Yeah, that's why I ask people to pay for it, so we can keep doing what we're doing. So anyway, yeah, we're having I call it the capacity test sale, and so I wanted to log a bunch of orders and then kind of see how long it took us to dig out. So I appreciate all you guys participating. It's going on all weekend. Don't call it a Labor Day sale. It'll drive me off the deep end. I had no idea it was Labor Day price. I'm like, I want to run a sale. We were supposed to do it last week. And we're like, hold on. I didn't talk about it enough, so let's do it the following week. And so it has nothing to do with Labor Day, so don't get used to it. I really want to test out. We have all of our new people. They've all been here about 3 months or so. Got them trained up and ready to go. And the part that I negated and didn't ask anybody is, 3 people took off on Friday. I'm a freaking idiot. So we're going to test it out. So be patient with us, but we're going to get it done and get it done efficiently. And we're going to test out some of our new systems and controls, and then and figure out. We're going to reassess and then continue to improve. And we should be barcode scanning here soon. And then move to the new building someday in the next century. So that's the plan.
Yeah, so we've sent out, let me check real quick here, how many orders? A lot. 150-ish orders and 200 and something boxes today so far. So we still got a couple hours to go. That's a lot. Plus those orders are no joke. Those are, as you saw, 3, 4, 5 boxes, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Look at all those.
I need 500 orders to go out in a day.
We can do 500 shirts. All right, let's see. Matt Duffy's order already shipped. That's good. That means he ordered early.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, the earlier you order it, because we go in order, the earlier it goes out, quicker it goes out. So, this is fun. Keep buying stuff, people. Keep buying it.
All right, we have a super chat here. We're going to take that $19.99 and apply it directly to someone else's shipping cost. Sean Suriano says, Matt, you have any thoughts on a certified used 2016 BMW 435? Can't swing an M4, but want to get into BMW.
Yeah, that's such a tricky thing, to buy a 4 Series and not get an M4, because you're so close. You're what, $5,000, $10,000, $12,000 off, depending on how nice of cars you're looking at. Well, the 435 I think has an N55 in it, which is better than an N54. But just know that if you start messing with it, you're gonna have all kinds of things you have to. Those engines tend to be rather finicky. High pressure fuel pump issues, and my buddy Chad has one. He's probably listening right now. We just changed his coils and plugs, and the plugs weren't gapped correctly, and so then the coils, we gapped the plugs, new plugs correctly, and then the coils were causing all kinds of problems. So then we ended up finding out that the old coils and the new gaps ended up working. So you just have to deal with potential problems with something like that. The modern turbo BMW engines are a little bit more difficult to deal with and fix and diagnose, but there's so much documentation on what you do to fix them with injectors, fuel pump. I had to deal with this one N54. I did injectors, fuel pump, coils, and plugs, and then I would just go really clean, really simple tune. Something like Active Auto Work is something that I'd highly recommend. Stick with the companies that are super reputable. Stay away. I'm just not a big fan of Boot Mod, and that's what Chad has on his Boot Mod or MHD. Just do the freaking active stuff. Pay extra money and get it done that way. So that's my suggestion. But yeah, if you can, the advantage of the N55 is it doesn't fart like the S55 and the M4. So that is a huge advantage.
We have a couple folks here who are asking about Civic updates. I think they saw some pictures, maybe a sneak peek. What's going on with the Civic?
The system, the stereo is like to a T, exactly what I wanted, like perfection. It's so funny. That's why I posted some stuff on Instagram, and people are like, "This sucks. You could have done that down the street. What took so long?" I'm like, "This is like perfection." Like Derek just absolutely slayed it. I gave him a loose idea of what I wanted it to be like, and it's freaking insane. Like they're like, the center, whatever. You should have done. I don't want some freaking blinky light double din hunk of garbage. Nobody makes a good double din head unit. Like the most expensive double din head unit is like $500. Not that you want to spend a lot of money, but you don't get a lot for $500 in a double din head unit. You get 2.5 volts pre-out. There's just junk. The Pioneer, Alpine, no one's buying like a $2,000 head unit anymore, and so that Sony GX9 or what is it?
RSX.
Yeah, RSX9, RS whatever. The frickin' head unit from Sony ES is incredible, and I don't understand what else you're supposed to do. You build a trim ring with a pocket, and it's frickin' perfect. And I want to hide it in somewhere. I want to see it. It's like having a home AV receiver, a high-end receiver in the dash, and these amazing kick panels, Dyne Audio front stage, to down-firing, totally hidden, totally gone, Illusion Audio subs with UWM magnets, so 210s, and then that freaking insane Moscone amplifier. I think the thing was like $2,800 or something crazy. But the thing is, I can't wait. Sub knob and right next to the key. Oh, it's so good, so good. So the Civic, I called Reliable on Tuesday or Monday to go get it, and so they have a 2-week window, and so sometime between now and 2 weeks from now, it should be here, and then back on. So the GT4s will be out of here and done. The polishing and all that stuff anyway, not the modifications I'm planning, but the Civic stereo's done. So the first thing I'm going to do is mess with the suspension. So I think I have every part now. The brakes just came, so I got to do brakes, all the frame brace pieces that I can figure out. The Moton 3-way suspension, the $12,000 suspension I bought for it, is going on. We're going to figure out the wheels, so the guys are going to take the wheels and go have the extra set. I think my Desmond Regamasters are almost here too, so I got to get another set, an 8th set of tires, and so then we're going to figure out what wheels and all this stuff. And then my guess is probably December, January, February is when the giveaway will be. So that after I get the suspension kind of figured out and all the parts put on it, then I'll send it down to John. After John's done with it, it's going to Michael to fix the dent that I screwed up in the rolling the fenders, and then roll the fenders more if they need to be. and then then the car will be done. I'll drive it around, make some videos. It's gonna be great.
All right, so there's your Civic update. I want to get to a couple of questions that came up about the house video, the home tour.
Yeah.
Jason wants to know from Facebook, what kind of couch do you have inside the house? Not that the home theater looks incredibly comfy. I'm also looking for a queen sleeper for a similarly sized room.
So that's a Lazy Boy. I think it's a Lazy Boy Devon, or maybe the Devon is the crap. I don't remember the model. I bought the wrong one. The back is not high enough. So there's two of them that look very similar. And I thought I had the right one, and I bought the wrong one. There's one with like a high back and one with a low back, and I bought the low back version. But I've always had such great luck with Lazy Boy sectionals. So it has like a little microfiber or not microfiber. What's the memory foam mattress in it, and it's pretty nice. When you do the sleeper in the middle, it's never quite as comfortable as doing a regular couch, but it's 4 sections, and I think it's like 125 inches wide or something like that. But it's nice, but I would prefer to have the other version. So you have to go to Lazy Boy and test them out. It was like $3,000 or $3,500 or something like that.
All right, let's see. G. Drysdale wants to know, do you have any security camera suggestions for the house? I know you said you're going to dial in the house. In the process of doing the same thing, would love to hear your suggestions.
No, I'm not really much of an expert on that. I know Rommel was always talking about a Vigilon cameras, of course, the Ubiquity stuff through UI Protect.
Rhombus or something it's called.
Yeah, Rhombus is another brand, but I'm not really an expert in any of that stuff. I think a Vigilon makes some of the best, like 360 cams. And then, you could always just keep it simple and do Ubiquity, but I still don't know how that thing works.
Hard drive.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We got a couple more super chats here. One from Lane. Let's see. And his question or comments down here. Matt, you said to test your staff. I ordered some stuff at 9 p.m.
Nice.
Went to send an email to ask when my order was shipping the next morning. Before I could send the email, it had already shipped. That's good. Good timing, Lane.
Yeah. I was joking about that. Don't frickin' send emails to the people. Just leave us alone. I was joking about that.
We love getting those emails. Those are awesome. Jeff C., Vikings fan, it appears. Matt, have you had a chance to play with the new Rupes DA foam pads and liquids? If so, what are your thoughts?
Foam pads are legit. The white pad, I think we're going to end up using white pad more than yellow now. The blue pad's kind of junk. It's just, there's a really special priming procedure on that. You have to kind of work it in, but I don't like cutting foam pads anyway. When you have microfiber, that I think is way better, or wool. So I'd stick with the Rupes wool stuff. I'm not even going to keep the blue pads in my cabinet. So we'll probably bring them into the store, because now it's down to 3 pads, real simple. But I think yellow and white are incredible. You're going to want to use white more. Like I finished down with the white and Sonax Perfect Finish. I don't know about the polishes. I used them briefly, but it's like, how do you beat? It's so hard to beat. Jescar and Sonax at their own game. So I don't know. I used them briefly, but I didn't do like a whole car or anything with it.
All right, let's see. Tim here in the chat, and then Luke on Instagram both asked about this. The undercarriage washer from Mosmatic that you showed the video of. Do you have any more info on that?
So I had zero interest in it. We live in Florida. That's partly why. But I know that it's a really thing that a lot of people want. And so Jamie from Mosmatic has been after this for years and been after me, saying, hey, I'm telling you, people want this thing. And so this is like the flagship version. It's going to be like $375 or $400 or something like that. But it's dual purpose. It has wheels that swivel, so it flips over, and it can be a surface cleaner as well as an undercarriage cleaner. So you can clean your floor, your Swiss tracks, your concrete, your sidewalk, and you can flip it over and you can clean, the underside of your car. The thing we have to figure out is what size nozzles do we need for, let's say for the Karcher, do we need 2 1.5 nozzles or something on it? Because the way the nozzles work, when you have 2 nozzles, because there's 2 nozzles, they spin, and so when you have 2, it's a rough summation. So 2 1.5s would equal 1 3.0 nozzle, and so we want 15 degree 2.0 nozzles for the Krenzla. And yeah, it's actually pretty darn cool. All T304 stainless, Mosmatic swivel built in. It's freaking awesome. So I think it's going to be, somewhere around $400. So people get all excited about it and then start complaining. The Ryobi's only $89, $79. Well, the Ryobi's on freaking rollerblade wheels, hunk of crap. This one is freaking cool.
All right, we had a few folks asking about the aftermath of last week and the Little Debbie challenge. How are you feeling? Did you work out like you planned? Did that go okay? How was it?
I actually did all right. My hands had ripped, so you can see the remnants of it. But yeah, I actually got through the workout all right. Had plenty of energy.
Coca-Cola helped. I watched that portion a couple more times throughout the week. Yeah, I laughed.
I haven't. I didn't watch it. I should go back and check it out.
Pretty good.
Are you laughing yourself, red-faced?
Yep.
Red-faced laughing.
Let's see. Lazzy Lazlaz on Instagram wants to know, how did you go about choosing a gym? I live in Apollo Beach, Florida, and I'm very out of shape. I want to get yoked like you to look good for my wedding in a year or so.
Like me, that's bad aspirations.
Just eat some Little Debbies and watch Heartland.
Yeah, and have like genetic biceps. I don't have to really, like, if I went to the gym or not, it's not all that much different. We don't really have a choice. There's two gyms here. One's a CrossFit gym and one's a regular gym. That's it. But I would highly encourage you to try doing CrossFit. It's my favorite thing to do. But also depends on your athletic prowess and what your goals are. I couldn't imagine 95% of the people that go to CrossFit. I can't. Like, what are they freaking doing there? There's no prayer. I have no prayer. Like, I'm not doing handstand walks, and I can't do muscle-ups efficiently. And some of these people can't even, like if you threw a ball to them, like a football, they'd get hit in the teeth. There's no prayer. And so if you're not athletic, I think you're going to have a tough time with it. But I don't know. I think it's cool, if you have some athletic background, and it helps if you're, the shorter and stockier you are, the better off you're going to be in CrossFit. The more, gymnastically inclined. Like, I couldn't do a backflip if you were going to pay me $1 million right now and say do a backflip. There's no way. But some people just have like natural abilities like that I don't, and so that would really help with CrossFit. But I think I wouldn't go to 24-hour fitness, or what's the purple one?
Planet Fitness. Yeah,
Planet Dum Dum. Do not go to those. It's like the worst. That's where Bryce goes. Look at him. You don't want to go to those. They're just terrible. So I think you either want to find like a local, like, real gym, like a real man gym, and some of that real man will rub off on you. Like, I used to go to the Steel Mill gym. Everybody's doing 5 sets of 5, getting jacked. No cardio happening at all in those places. Or you go to CrossFit. It's like, it's the difference between doing what regular people do and, like, trying to, like, be professional grade. I know I'm chubby, but I'm still professional grade when it comes to fitness. If I'm going to play a sport, whether I'm good or not is debatable, but I want to go try professional grade. I was playing softball. We're playing in, like, A league, and we're losing, but we're trying. That's why I can't play kickball with these people. It's a bunch of losers. It's a bunch of freaking losers.
No moral support right now.
I'm trying to help people out here. Just be better at life. Don't suck at life, Chances. Remember my old saying, if you suck at CrossFit, you probably suck at life. It's just the way it goes.
It's the next shirt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not great at it, but I don't suck at it. So I'm not great at life, but I don't suck at it. So don't suck at life. That's a motto. You can put that on a T-shirt. Send it to the moon. Something like that.
All right, so there
He's
you
not
go.
even listening to me.
No. And one good thing, too, because he actually asked about CrossFit, is you go to a class, you get to know people.
I don't give a crap about people.
Oh, you don't, yeah. But that's part of the draw for a lot of people, just the social aspect of it, because if you go to a regular gym, you're not really doing that.
I was probably more social in a regular gym than I was in this.
Oh, that's not
all those
much.
Trips to the water fountain, You do one set of 5. You got to take like an 18-minute break. Go get a drink, a swig of water. Go shop the supplements. Decide what you buy that you can't afford. Man, I wish I'd get some creatine, get some andro. Get some of that andro they got on that. Remember that back in the get some hydroxy cut with some ephedra. That's how you get ripped. And I'm like, oh man, it's $52. Oh shoot. That's like an entire day of delivering mail. I don't know if I could do it. And then you
More fit delivering that mail.
some hydroxy cut. Your heart's palpitating. Like, but I'm losing weight, man. Yeah.
All right, let's
Getting a little sidetracked here.
Luke asked you on Instagram. A couple folks in the chat have asked about this as well. The cabinet lights, the under cabinet lighting. What's the deal on that? Is that coming soon? Is that?
Well, yeah. I got to get pricing on it and all that. It's pretty good. Just figuring out how to slice open my $17,000 array of cabinets, just freaking hammering through it. So I guess I got to buy a bunch of step bits. The problem is you're going through 2 cabinets that are butted up next to each other. So I want to drill holes because it doesn't have a hole chase there, because I wanted to do long. They come in 12, 24, 36, and 48-inch lengths. And so I wanted to have as seamless of a tube as I can. The best part about these lights is there's no box. There's no brick. You don't have some brick you got to put somewhere. What was that thing called?
You can string them together, right?
Yeah, there's no transformer box that you have to put somewhere. And you can string them, 40 feet? You can string them 40 feet long without having to put put another plug on it. So one plug, and they all, work great. And then it's diffused, so you don't end up with that rainbow on the edges. And it's a 105-degree pattern. 108 or something like that. 108, I think. And so the pattern is the disperse is wide enough and diffused enough that once we put the lights up in the channel there, you won't even know they're there, which is awesome. So
if you're gonna do lights, drill your cabinets before you put them up.
Yeah, good call, Bryce. So if you're gonna do this, you'd want to drill holes in your cabinets before you lock them all down. So if you did MSS Plus, it has a wire chase, but the MSS doesn't. And so I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. And I bought Milwaukee sent me the knockout tool, the 6-ton knockout, but the whatever they call it, the chase for the drill thingy, Yeah, there's like a big heavy cup that holds the die, but you can't. The cup is too fat to get the die, so we need like an 1.25 inch die, and it doesn't work. So I'm using step bits, but I'm going to blow through like 6 bits to drill these holes.
Like 4 pieces of 18 gauge.
Yeah. Because there's the weld, and then there's the lip, and then so anyway, we'll make a video and I'll show you all about it. It's pretty cool. I forget what the company. It's called like Maxi Lights or something. Yeah, Max Light. It's good, real good. Credit Tommy, he found them.
Yeah, our own Tommy here at OG. Brad Marin wants to know: have you started chasing vacuums yet? I know you mentioned that recently.
No, it's on the list.
On the list.
The long short list.
Yeah, and what's the next video series coming out, or when is the binge watching GT4? Do we have a schedule?
Yeah, we decided to just release them one at a time, mainly because it's just super robust. But the first video will be out tomorrow. Wait, what did we decide to do tonight? Yeah. So the video one, it's really good. Really good. So video 1 is tonight at 8 p.m.
8 Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern.
There you go.
And then tomorrow will be new interior package options, and then I don't know, and some other stuff.
All right, before we get to a couple GT4 questions, then I think you'd appreciate this. So Brandon says he's not professional grade chubby, but I'm at least prosumer chubby. That's good. All right. Jeff's detailing wants to know, Matt, how is the GT4's paint condition from the factory?
It's pretty good. There's some weird stuff going on from that cellophane crap that they put on. There's like these weird little leechy looking. They look like a leech in the paint, and so I don't know if I swelled it, and that's how they went out. But I think I polished them out. there were some odd looking straight line scratches. The paint was pretty hard. So it took microfiber and quite a few passes to get corrected out, but it responded extremely well to finishing, so it looks fantastic. A couple of pigtails in the wing, but I didn't notice any sanding marks anywhere else on this car, which is rare because GT3s always have all kinds of sanding where they use that little hand sander thing and then they try to polish it out, but there wasn't any of that sort of dirt nib removal on this car. It was pretty good.
All right, another question. This one from Derek. Will you be getting new wheels for the GT4?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to put some spacers on the front and see what that does. If it jacks up my, if I get some steering wheel shake or anything, then I'm going to, I might do something. I don't know.
All right. Evan wants to know if you could have gotten a PTS GT4, what color would you have gone with?
Probably Brewster green. You can look that up. That'll be sick.
And then Matt Rayburn wants to know, what are the first mods you're planning on doing?
So I've already ordered the exhaust, and so it's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun little project. So I have the Soul Performance race headers, race exhaust, over axle pipes, which would be like the conservative version because you use over axle pipe and the stock exhaust, and then the stock exhaust valve controller. And so we're doing resonated race exhaust. We're going to try that. Then we're going to try resonated race exhaust with race headers. We're going to try that, which is going to be freaking end the earth loud.
Corvette loud?
I don't know about that. Yeah, probably not that loud. And then we're going to do race headers with over axle pipe stock exhaust. And then we're going to do race headers over axle pipe stock exhaust with a valve controller. And then we're going to do just factory headers with the over axle pipes and the stock exhaust, which is probably what we're going to end up with. Then we're going to wait for Soul to come out with they're going to come out with like a modified rear muffler section. And so you'll probably do over axle pipes and rear muffler section. We'll see. Maybe I love the race exhaust, but it's going to drone crazy and sound insane. But and then when Dundon comes out with something, we'll probably play with that too. And if AWE comes out with something, we'll play with that as well. But yeah, the Soul stuff should be here, in the next couple weeks, something like that, in a month or so.
All right, question from Instagram. What made you go with Soul Performance to start?
They're the only ones. So I like the guys from Soul. I think they make a good product. AWE, it's on their docket, but nothing anytime soon. I talked to Jesse about it last week, and I mean they're the first ones to have it outside of maybe Fab Speed, but I'm not just not a huge Fab Speed. I don't like that shiny pipes welded together style as much. And then Dundon doesn't have anything yet, so it's really our only option at the moment. And I'm not doing JCR. Something about those guys just rubs me wrong. Part of it was them tagging me and Adam like crazy in the beginning. It just seemed weird.
All right, let's see. We got a super chat here from our buddy Brian up in Brooklyn. Hello, happy Friday. Would you happen to know someone for legit PDR in the New York City area? Thanks for the live.
No, I'm not sure about that. I'm not really too engrossed in the... Actually, no, I take it back. Ace is up there. Look up, I think it's Ace of Dents. I think he's in New York City. There it is.
New Jersey, New York City.
Yeah. Look up Ace of Dents.
Wow, he's got some. I know you don't like reviews, but 5.0 from 445 reviews. That's pretty strong.
Yeah. Call up Ace. He's a buddy of mine. He's a GT3 guy. So he has, I think, a few locations, but I think they go all over the place.
All right, Ace of Dents.
Yep. So I guess I do know somebody. Look at that. I'm a gosh darn connector of the people, Bryce. I'm a connector of the people.
Now Michelle is invading the chat here.
Uh-oh. Did you block her? What's she saying?
She's asking for the Canadians to chime in. That's mistake number one. Would it be crazy to go to Banff in December? Would a Florida girl freeze to death? Is summer way better? And then the general consensus is that you are going to freeze to death and that there are lots of skiers that summer is the better time to go. So,
well, we would go. Isn't there's Lake Louisa, isn't it? It's the Lake Louisa ski resort there.
Yeah. So if are you guys into
We're
skiing?
We're going at some point. Snowboarding for me. I'm not a girl. I should start skiing though. I've literally never skied in my life. But skiing is more pedestrian. Again, going back to the professional grade business, I'm not going to do so well with just going renting some jank skis at the ski resort with some goofy gear. I need to come correct.
Get what they make, split boards, right? You can get one of those.
Yeah.
So you can ski and snowboard.
No, Bryce. That is an ultimate wannabe.
Shampoo and conditioner. It just doesn't work.
No.
Can't ski and
You
snowboard.
get it. I'd have to buy my own snowboard. I don't want some step-in bindings for some babies. You gotta get some real snowboard. I had a great snowboard. Michelle lost it. She literally just left it.
Mhm.
Just left it there. Like, this is $800 snowboard. Just left it. What do you chime in on that, Michelle? Remember that one? She's like, using my snowboard and just leave it there. Just not bring it home.
Somebody had a nice snowboard then. That's
Yep.
good. All right, let's see. Let me get a couple detailing questions here. Brian in the chat doing a detail on the 84 CJ7. The original paint. The oxidation is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Used every foam pad paired with many different types of compounds. I've also used my variable speed polisher, but it won't cut it. Do you have any recommendations? Helpful
I mean,
ideas?
I would think you're probably going to want to rotary that. You're going to want to blow out pads crazy. It might even be helpful if you had a pad washer, like the Optimum pad washer thingy, which I don't love, but what might work is to try to do, and I don't have I'm assuming that's single stage paint. I don't have a lot of experience with that, but if you're just trying to remove oxidation, you probably want foam or wool, slow speed, rotary, maybe even using one of the, like the Optimum spray polish might work. What's Michelle saying there?
She said, "I just laughed so hard I almost died. There's much more to the story than that."
I don't remember
You come
the
on and
whole
tell us
story.
next week.
All I know is that my snowboard was gone, and she probably left out the rest of the story. Yeah.
Then she gives some backstory here. She's looking for a 40th birthday epic trip, but I feel Kate will be miserable in the cold and make us all miserable. That's probably true. Just leave Kate at home.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let me go back up here because there's another detailing question I want to get to.
They're going to the beach again today.
Hmm.
Gosh. These people have the life. I'm here slaving away, working my face off. I might lay on the couch all weekend and watch Heartland. I almost have Bryce talked into going mountain biking finally. So I think he's going to do it. He didn't say no for the first time, or I have plans, or he's too good for me, Chris. I try to, bond with my people, and he doesn't like me anymore.
He's got a lot going on.
What does he have going on?
I'm not sure, but he has a lot. He's got like 3 girlfriends that he hadn't told us about. He's got a small side business.
Bring him with. I will talk him up. I will get Bryce. You bring girls around me, I will make you look like a rock star.
That's probably very true.
Yeah.
They just,
Like this guy.
like,
without him, I wouldn't be rich and famous. Now he's not rich or famous, but shoot, I'm gonna get in so much trouble today. I might say some bad word or something that's gonna get me canceled. I'm feeling a little too spicy.
put the explicit tag on this one, Bryce. Russ wants to know he's got colonite on his son's truck. Ready for the first wash.
Yep.
Bead maker or Optimum spray wax? What do you go with?
I do bead maker. Yeah, I like that combo. I mean, spray wax is nice too, but you could do either or. But I wouldn't start mixing them. I'd just pick one and stick with it. I just like bead maker more as a drying aid, and it's a little more useful on like the jams and stuff like that too, and then works a little better on plastic. The other nice thing about bead maker, especially if you use Wolf's or many glass sealants, you don't want to put spray wax in the windows. It gets smeary and yucky. But bead maker can spray on everything. So with spray wax, you're going to want to try to avoid the trim and avoid the glass, whereas with bead maker, just have at it and spray everything down. Spray the darn tires if you want to.
All right, got a quick question here in the chat about a Comet. I'm going to use a dedicated 20 amp anyway for the Comet that I just ordered.
Right.
But is it necessary, or is a 15 amp enough to run that?
No, Comet, we tested a new 15 amp should be just fine. I mean, I think it never gets above like 13 and change, even with the as long as you don't use a 1.1 millimeter orifice on your foam can and use a 1.25, you'll cause long-term damage to the pump if you do that. or using it long term that way will cause damage to the pump. So as long as you do 1.25 millimeter orifice, 4.0 nozzle, you'll be fine. 15 amp, you don't need it, but it doesn't hurt to have a 20 amp, to have that headroom. So you'll be fine either way.
All right, this question is from Lee on Instagram. I use Adam's car shampoo in my MTM foam cannon.
Yep.
It seems to leave a weird film on the car as it sits on the paint. Leaves a lot of streaks after final rinse and only goes away after rubbing and bead maker. Never had issues with Adam's leaving a film behind before. Don't know if I got a bad gallon or if I'm just using too much soap. Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, sometimes I'll notice that, like a little bit of streakiness on the windshield, but it does wipe right off. I think it also depends on how humid it is, on whether you get, it looks like soap scum, but it's really not, because soap like residue wouldn't wipe off that easily. And I haven't found, like, I don't think it's using too much soap. I think it may have to do with how quickly you're washing and how much it's drying, but I don't know. Yeah, I've noticed that too at times, and maybe it's just from batch to batch. But I find it not to be any major issue. It did it every single time. It did that when I was using the Hyperwash, McGuire's Hyperwash. But maybe I've never really thought about that. Maybe try making sure your dilution is proper. Maybe not using so much soap. I don't know. But again, I haven't found any real negative benefit. And it only happens once every 10 washes or something like that for me. So I'm not sure what's up with that.
All right. Excuse me. We got a super chat here from our friend Chris Kim.
Mm-hmm.
$5. He said, Bryce, take this and treat your 3 ladies to a nice Taco Bell dinner.
No,
$5 goes a long way at Taco
He's
Bell.
not getting that, yeah. Someone was saying that you only get 60% of super chat money. I don't think
know.
that's true. You could get all of it.
We'll do some research there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Matt Duffy chimes in and says, live Moss, Bryce. There you go. That's good. Bryce can't even get a large Baja Blast with only $5. That's not true.
I just want Bryce to go mountain biking with me. I want to show him how good I am. I just want to see him sucking wind. It'd be so much fun.
Let's see.
He's going to be hurting. He's like, I've been practicing. I've been riding a mile around my neighborhood. I said, Bryce, you have no idea what's about to hit you when you get out in the trails. It's way different. And we're doing fake trails. Like, we're not, like Chris Kim's out there climbing mountains. We're climbing nothing. We're just going flat. And we'll keep them on the yellows and keep them on the greens.
All right, Gage on Instagram says he's about to buy bead maker for a car that has never had it applied. What size should I buy? How much does it take for for BMW 3 Series?
You want a gallon for sure. You don't need a gallon, but you'd use 7 ounces to do that, something like that. So, and you don't want to use just that. I think bead maker sucks by itself. You want to just use, I only use it as a topper. By itself, you're going to get like a half a week out of it. 2 weeks at the most. It's not very good as a standalone. So you would want to put it on top of something. And if that's the case, the first application I'll use 5 to 7 ounces, something like that. So you want a 32-ounce bottle in a gallon. It's cheap enough that, what is that, like $30 or something, $35. So that's what you want.
All right, more Taco Bell chat. That's pretty good. Yeah. Sam Carp. Taco Bell got rid of the spicy potato soft taco. I think that was our Mike's favorite as well. They're forever dead to me.
Didn't we almost go to Taco Bell when we were in Wilmington? Yeah.
And you missed out.
I was like, let's go to Ruth's Chris, until I realize I have to pay for me, Bryce, Mike, and Jeff. I'm like, oh, crap. Never mind. Let's go to Taco Bell.
And somehow, Megan and I went to Ruth's Chris.
Yeah.
When we were on our little getaway a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Somehow, Bryce and Jeff spent more at Ruth's Chris than Megan and I did.
Oh,
we had
you checked up on them?
Salad, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, crap. I didn't know.
Those two had
They
a nice
were
little
sitting at
date
another
night.
table. They're like, let's go.
I think they ordered like the cowboy ribeye 22
Yeah,
ounce.
then Jeff just threw it away. He's just throwing away my money. Just lighting it on fire. It's like, this is on Matt. Let's go.
Take one to
He
go.
eats like a darn bird, and yeah.
He brought that food back.
That's the most expensive steak here.
What did he get? He got like the cowboy
I think he got a
48.
cowboy ribeye or something like that, the 22 ounce.
Like $80-something.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
I
You're
would-
done.
Don't take them anymore.
Trips are over.
I was like $40. That's good.
I got you guys a Denali, and you're taking advantage of my kindness. I should have I was going to get you the minivan to drive up there, and it would have been much more efficient in the minivan.
That's
They were gonna
funny.
give us some piece of
So-
credit.
Yeah, I still had to pay for that Denali.
Is it fair to say that some of this is going to be in the video that releases tonight? Is that the
Not really.
no?
Yeah, they didn't vlog their, the
You wouldn't want to watch that.
yeah, we didn't vlog their trip. I vlogged
Gotcha.
mine. I vlogged the Delta, fancy trip. Apparently they're taking fancy trips too, and Ruth's Chris steaks and
That's
good stuff.
yeah.
And Jeff is trying to defend himself here in the chat. He says, "To be fair, I was not feeling well at dinner. So what better to do than order a giant steak? Not
Throw it
feeling
away.
well.
Like I don't like this. I'm done with
I
this.
thought it would make them feel better.
Yeah, that's what I go to when I'm feeling bad. Just bring me a big ribeye. Maybe two.
Rare. Can I have a
yeah.
rare ribeye,
Some
extra
lobster
bloody?
bisque.
What's the heaviest thing you got? I'm feeling terrible. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Can I have this? Just give me dessert now. I know I'm gonna want it. Oh boy.
Let's see. Let me go back to. Oh, this is a good question from Josh here in the chat because a few folks asked about this as well. The OG entry level pressure washer that you discussed recently.
Uh-huh.
Any more info on that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I talked to James about it. So just to give you sort of cue you on what's going on here. There's a manufacturer, so he manufactures stuff in China, and his two products are grills and pressure washers. And he's been watching OG stuff for a number of years, and so he sent me some of these examples of the inexpensive pressure washers that he does. And the real change or the difference to it is that it's a 5-plunger design. So it's still a sealed, cheap, throwaway type pressure washer, but with the 5 plungers and the different type of windings and the type of motor that he's driving it with. He's solidly at around 12.5 amps is what it's driven. So there's actually some headroom where we could drive it a little harder. He's very, very familiar with like the Sunjos, and there's only so many factories that make these things. And so what we're going to do is we're going to produce something that has no fluff, no hose, no gun, no plastic bull crap, no nozzles and all that junk. We're going to remove all the excess, make it so that it could go on a shelf. So I gave him sort of my wish list. So his team's working on, what can and can't be done. And in this game of manufacturing, you have this pressure washer that costs, let's say the cost of it's $70. If we spend $20 more on it cost, and we sell it for say $220 instead of $150, you can end up with a pretty stout, like 2 gallon per minute at 1,000 psi. Still, again, low quality pressure washer. You get 12 months, 24 months, 36 months out of it. You warranty it for a year or something like that, and it's just basically a direct replacement. But if we could put like a nice quality inlet, and eliminate some of the cheap parts of it, do a 14 millimeter fitting on it so we don't need special fittings, and then have it without all this crap. And then it's let's say it's $180 or $230 or $300 or something it would be something below $300 retail. Then we have something that makes sense, and so and we'll get the same amount of output as a Krenzler or a Comet or an AR, but for $200. I think that's what everybody wants. Now, I'm not going to use that pressure washer. I'll still pay the $1,000 for a Krenzler, and so will most of the people that follow us. But it's not in the cards if you're 21 years old and you're in college and you're detailing on the side to spend $2,000 on your pressure washer. I get that, and so I want something that's good enough for those that don't want to don't use it that often, aren't interested in spending that much money, can't spend that much, whatever the reasoning is. But I'd love to have a 2 gallon a minute inexpensive pressure washer. It'd be freaking great. And then I'm going to hammer people in making them understand what this is that we're creating. So my name isn't going to be on it. I want my name on the Krenzl. I don't want my name on the cheapo. And so, but it'll be an Obsessed Garage sourced, Obsessed Garage exclusive type product, but it's not going to be an Obsessed Garage branded. We're going to call it something else. And so James is responsible for the Simonized product. So you guys have seen the Simonized stuff in Canada. We're going to be making something kind of like that, but much more output and a much better design that hits a price point that's above. See, the problem with the cheap pressure washers is that all that the retailers care about is a price point. That's all they care about. And so I care about a performance point. And so we're going to figure out what we need to spend to get the performance, and then eliminate some of the other junk to eliminate some of the excess costs. It'll be in a smaller box, more shippable, since we don't have all this other goofy crap that we don't want. And then we can accessorize with good stuff. So that's the plan.
All right. How about an update?
I don't have an ETA on that. Just like I don't have an ETA on the surface cleaner for a Mosmatic. But yeah, at some point soon.
How about new spawn lifts? Any updates there?
We can order them all for you now. Sprinter, the approach ramps. We have a second prototype coming because I want ramps for everything. And but we'll have them up in the store probably in the next month. We're going to be doing Emmanuel's first and really playing with it there, and then I'll be doing mine second. But we can get them all, and we have access to them. But if I were you, I'd hang tight while I figure it out for you. Let me screw it up first.
All right, here's a good question. A couple folks are considering the OG gun versus regular Mosmatic gun.
Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest difference there? Does it use the same live swivel? What are the main differences?
I believe the bearings it's a different swivel, but I believe it's of the same quality regardless. They're both T304. The one that the OG spec, the plug is integrated. It's built. It's machined in, and I find that plugs very rarely, almost never fail. And so you eliminate an inch that sticks out of the bottom, plus another inch and a half that sticks out of the bottom of that for your plug, and you have to screw it in, and you don't have tape sticking out, and so it shortens the connection point quite a bit. It's a more precise fitting as well, and then it has the blue badge on it, which is kind of cool. And then other than that, it's pretty much the same gun. So what is it? Was it like $30 more or something like that? I forget what it is. I think it's worth every freaking penny. I've spent a lot of money over the years trying to figure out how to get rid of all that bulk from my hose to the inlet of the gun. In the beginning, you can go back and look at some of my very original pictures on like Google Plus, where I've got like an adapter, a swivel, another adapter, a coupler, a plug, and then the gun, and it's like freaking 6 inches of bulk on the end of the hose in order to get connected to my short gun, so that I could get a swivel in there. And now it's an inch. Get the Mosmatic gun with the integrated plug, and then the Mosmatic coupler, and you got some magic.
All right, and then is the plan to eventually phase those out and just stick with the OG, or will those be around for a while?
I don't know. I mean, I still make it. I'm responsible for it. It really existing. It was a catalog item, but now, of course, it's sold everywhere. So I don't know. We'll probably just keep it around. Maybe eliminate. I'm not sure. I mean, it does add up to, what is it? It's like an $80-$90 more for the package to do the better version.
All right. Let's see. I have a question here. I think we've addressed this before, but I wanted to hit this again from Brandon. I'm currently having my entire dually pickup truck custom painted. How long do I need to wait until I can ceramic coat it?
By the time you get the truck back, it should be ready to go. I mean, modern, it's clear coats. Ask your body shop, but modern DuPont or PPG or whatever you're painting with is, it's probably cured by the time it leaves the paint booth. So I would think you'd be able to polish and coat it almost immediately. And you're probably going to have to polish it because your body shop probably doesn't know what the heck they're doing. So they'll be using the 3M, 3-stage jank system, scratch system. So you'll probably still want to polish it. But I would ask him, worst case, 7 days or something like that. All
right, let's see. This leads into the interior video coming later. Hi, OG. What do you use or how do you clean the instrument cluster without scratching the plastic? I have a very large plastic screen in the dash that my Mac screen sits behind. Seems like it will scratch very easily. Thanks for any suggestions or guidance.
Yeah, I mean, I use invisible glass and the waffle weave towel, and I find that it generally doesn't scratch. But I mean, plastic's kind of hard to deal with. Just don't ever get your light out and look at it, you know. But yeah, I use invisible glass. I don't use my interior cleaner, interior towels, or anything like that on it. I just use the, same thing I would clean my glass with, and that tends to work pretty well. And don't buff it out too hard. Just kind of clean it.
I got a question here in the chat. Let me get back to that real quick. Let's see. What's the OG spec garden hose nozzle? I can't find anything that will just hold up to daily task watering plants.
Yeah, for plant watering, you absolutely want the Ely nozzle. They have a watering attachment for it. It's freaking insane. It's like $80 or something like that. Somehow Michelle managed to break ours. But she says that Ryan broke it, but
you're gonna be in so much trouble today.
But I just bought another one of them. It's awesome. It's made out of like solid brass core and then a really hard plastic surround. It's like pistol grip style where it's thumb actuated. It's really nice. I'd love to sell it, but they won't let me. They only sell direct. They don't do any retail distribution at all.
That crazy Prevost one.
That thing sucks. I punted that in the trash.
If you want to shoot
Prevost.
water, it's great.
The Prevost one is junk, yeah. It's stupid.
Oh, here's a good question for you.
Why do I keep tapping? Sorry, people. I'm driving you crazy.
Kale wants to know. It's a bad start there, Kale. What's worse, C7 or cornflake casserole?
Oh, cornflake casserole for sure. Even that word casserole. Ugh. Like what was somebody thinking? If there's anything that makes me think of my trailer park days, it's cornflake. I don't think I've ever even sniffed a bite of anything like that. Isn't it like broccoli barf underneath that?
I think you can put pretty much anything underneath.
Oh.
I don't do broccoli. I don't know. There's green beans a lot of times too. Green beans and like cream and mushroom.
What is wrong with people? And it's like canned green beans. Oh.
Just throw fruity pebbles on top instead. That's way better.
Make me freaking gag.
Now, Bruce Chris had green bean casserole.
No. You just heard me complaining about cream spinach. Troy's like, you gotta get this cream spinach. I'm like, get out of here. It's cream spinach? That's gross.
Let's see. Amarante detailing. Hey guys, do you do shipping to South America? I'm from Uruguay, and it is often a part of South America that is somewhat forgotten.
Yeah, I don't think we do. We were highly suggested by DHL to not ship there. Like it's like an abyss. Disappears.
Yeah, there are certain countries that it just never gets there.
Yeah.
So we try not to ship it into a black hole sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Your buddy Charles here is chiming in. Tell your listeners about safety plates. What are safety plates? Does that have to do?
So, Thanksgiving, probably 2002. I'm at Mark and Melissa's house, and I'm a bit of a Neanderthal at that point, right? F word every other word. This is before Michelle. A little bit vulgar, a little bit angry, very, very white, usually sunburnt and peeling. Wearing like Allen Iverson Sixers jerseys, with no T-shirt underneath because I was kind of jacked, or so I thought I was, and had zero manners. I still ate, with the full fist, which I still argue is more efficient. So you do this, get your face down there, and you go get it.
Less distance to travel.
Yeah, you go get it. You don't need some napkins or any of this bull crap. It's a more efficient, more sophisticated way to eat. Get your face to the food and just twist. What are we holding it all fancy for, right? And so we're at Thanksgiving. A year later, Mark challenged me to an eating contest, which was a terrible idea. He almost died. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But they have these plates, these big plates, underneath the small plates. And I'm like, what are these freaking safety plates for dropping crap? Because I'd always end up dropping stuff on the tablecloth. And they just thought that was the funniest thing ever. Like, I just like it seemed like a logical thing, like safety plate for catching extra crumbs. Like, this is the stupidest thing ever. You got this plastic plate, can't heat it, can't really even wash it, can't put it in the dishwasher. Why do we have this plate underneath the plate? Is this for safety? Is this like to catch the extra crumbs and crap? And so yeah, then when I got married, we got safety plates. And freaking safety plates. I vowed I would never have safety plates. It's like I vowed I'd never have a Mac, I'd never have a dog. What else have I vowed that I said I'd never do? I'd never wear shoes in my house. Now I live in a filth zone. It's a whole bunch of madness going on here.
Oh man, there's requests now. We need more photos of 2002, Maddie. We'll see what we can dig up, Debbie.
I don't have.
Your mom has
many.
a lot of good photos,
but not. There's a big gap there.
Oh yeah,
say 97 through 2000, and
probably better that way.
Probably through 2006. There's an abyss of nothing. Yeah. Safety plates.
Safety plates.
The stupidest thing ever.
Let's see. Dallas wants to know, where did you get the GT3 sound deadening behind you? Wanting to get some from my theater room.
GIK Acoustics Art Wall is what it's called. You send them a photo, and then they, design it for you, and then it's really not that expensive. It's maybe like $300 or something like that.
All right, Invasion HD says, on the OG wand with the plug, what happens eventually when the bearings wear into the plug from the QD? Will I have to replace the whole wand?
Say that again.
On the OG wand with the plug, what happens eventually when the bearings wear into the plug from the QD?
Well, that's going to be like a long time from now, but you can take that off. You can replace it. It's threaded on there. So even though it's integrated and looks integrated, it's actually screwed on. So you'd have to heat it, break the whatever, the thread locker that's on there. But it can be fixed, can be replaced. But very unlikely.
All right, let's see. And then Charles chimes in, you were too busy laying on his couch to actually take pictures or do anything. That sounds about right. This is before Heartland came out.
There were no girls around us ever. It was terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. Actually, there were a lot of girls, but young volleyball girls that we, because he was a volleyball coach. But yeah, it's just a bunch of dudes, a big sausage party. But I had a lot of fun.
Let's see.
People thought we were drug dealers. We were accused of being drug dealers because we had all this cool stuff out in the driveway, and I don't know, no one knew what we did. These guys that come in to kill everybody at volleyball, and they're just dealing drugs. It's fun. Those were the days. Those are the days. All we did was go to the movies, go to the mall, but we'd only go to 4 stores. Well, actually, the West Oaks Mall. You know West Oaks?
No, I don't know that mall.
West Oaks Mall is in Ocoee. And it's now called Ghetto Oaks Mall. But West Oaks Mall had 5 athletic stores, and those are the only stores we ever went to.
Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Champs.
Mm-hmm. In the Finish Line.
Athlete's Foot. Did they have one of those?
I don't think so.
Hot Topic. Did you go there to buy
it was
your jeans?
Oakley store, I think. Hot Topic.
Get your Jeanco jeans.
When I moved to Florida, I don't think I bought jeans for the first 10, 12 years. So,
let's see.
Boy.
Are there any plans next week to vlog or show the OG crew in action on the capacity testing out there?
Yeah, vlog's going up. That's why I'm carrying the camera around here today. So I'm vlogging the day today for Inside the Hex.
How much better is the blue Cobra Jet versus the gray one?
It's pretty remarkably better. I mean, it's more pliable. That's why I never brought the gray one in. The gray one is for all the copiers, to copy. No one was selling a freaking pressure washer hose anywhere at all, ever. It was me trying to find a pressure washer hose back in the beginning. It was unless you try to get it from MTM direct, but there weren't any hose. You'd have to go to Clean Right. It was the only place. And now all of a sudden, everybody, every detailing company on the planet selling a freaking knockoff version of the better hose. So the blue one is the best hose. It has a smooth jacket, and that's less chance of marking, but it's more pliable is why I like it. It's just a better hose.
All right. Do you have any idea if a new version of Rupes Nano is coming out anytime soon? Seems the current model's been out for a while, which makes me hesitant to purchase one.
There's nothing in the works that anybody knows outside of Dylan and Jason, but there's nothing there's no hint of it, none that. And I usually get some hints of things, but there's no hint of that anytime soon. But who knows? I mean, maybe there's something coming, but not that I know of. I haven't heard anything.
All right, let's see. David Beaver wants to know how you're liking Sonos.
It's
Is that what you have in
okay.
your house?
The interface is really nice. The app or how it integrates with Tidal and Spotify, and Apple. It's there's no other system that's as good. It integrates with Apple AirPlay and everything. So I just never freaking use it. It's a big waste of money. But
Alright.
my darn home theater is a gosh darn disaster. Oh my god.
Let's see. Joseph says, "Hey Matt, thanks again for spending the day planning out a project." This is our friend Joseph who came for the security here at OG. I noticed you shaved your head in the last week or two. I've been cutting mine with clippers on zero for years because my wife's uncle told me some horror story about how the first time he shaved his head it was all cut to pieces and awful. He led me to believe that's what I should expect to happen the first time. I'm curious to know if you have a process or any special equipment you use to get a clean, no-nick shave.
Yeah, well, I don't shave it. I just use the clippers. So I have some, professional grade. Oh, was it Oster? Isn't that the company? Oster, I think. I went to like the downtown Leesburg, where they have it's like a real deal barber like supply house thing. And so I went there and I bought. What's the most expensive one you got? So that's what I did. So I bought it. It was like $110 or something like that. I'm like, you got to have one better than this. Where's the $300 one? I want to waste some money. I want a better one, and so that's what I bought. So it's like a heavyweight thing. I just Ryan usually cuts my hair and make it out clean. So, Bryce, did you email Joe yet, Bryce? I mean, we're supposed to. We shot a video. The problem is that video is like the Bible for how to steal everything from here. So we're gonna wait until to launch that video when we actually improve all the locking mechanisms and the security and all that stuff. So we're gonna hang on to that because we actually teach them how to bump the locks and everything like that. So probably not. And we also talk about how they cameras in here don't work and all that stuff. So yeah, we're gonna hold on to that one for another month or so. I gotta call somebody about my doors at my house because you need to get new doors.
All right, when will the microfiber madness and credit brushes be back in stock? We're not sure. We're waiting on our supplier for those. We're on the website. Are the high pressure hoses located? If you go to the search function, just type in Cobra Jet with a K, Kobra.
Holy crap! We're 210,000. 211,000 today.
How many orders? 452 plus. That's
man.
a lot of orders.
That's freaking great.
Let's see. We have a super chat here from Shaz29. What ultimately made you go back to the E92 M3 from your GT350?
The E92 is sort of my car, right? That's like the. I love how it sounds, even though it's slower and in pretty much every measurable way, not as inferior to the GT350. The GT350 is just kind of bulky. It's big. It's heavy. When it's got a lot of band-aids on it, right? So it has issues with the oil filter and things like that, some vibration, which I didn't find to be a huge deal. When you put the car up in the air, you see all the steel, the cast steel, where the M3 everything's aluminum. It's just a more nimble, lighter weight. I just think a much better looking car. So the combination of the nicer interior, the induction sound that you get, because GT350 is all exhaust. You get just it's like that nice combination of everything that the GT4 has pretty much ruined for me now. So that's the main reason why I went backwards. And I have the GT3, which is superior to the GT350 in every way. So I still wanted a manual, even though I think the Tremec manual in the GT350 is better. It's much better than the M3. All the problems of the M3 give it character. The GT350 also has character, but ultimately you're still sitting in a Ford. And it's just not as nice. You really notice it when you take the GT350 and you rack on the brakes. You feel all that weight. What is it, like 3,800 pounds or something like that? A big giant hood. Like the seating position, the M3 is better. The seats, the steering wheel, especially when you put the M Performance seats in the M3. It's just great. Great car.
All right, let's see. Press all update. Yes, they're still on the way. It's a process. So as soon as they're here, they're going in the store. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got a lot of money tied up in those
We're-
suckers. Yeah.
We're impatiently waiting, just like you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a question back here that was asking Hardy Sauce. Where did he go? Do you expect this sale to be as big as your Black Friday sale from last year in terms of volume?
I had no plans of that, but we're on a darn roll. What did we do? 300K or something the first day?
This is Black Friday.
Oh shoot! So we had 293,000 on Black Friday, and we're at 210.5 today. Holy crap!
There were.
Holy crap!
See the
Black Friday was 791 orders, and we have 452. So
let's see. That was Friday. Saturday. Ooh,
oh,
no, that's combined. Sorry. Yeah, Saturday was slow.
96,000
for that weekend. Yeah. Sunday. Let's see. 79 on Sunday.
So we might.
Cyber Monday was pretty crazy, as I recall. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, another 287,000. So we did like 750K or something like that on the Black Friday weekend.
Yeah. So
this is
that's a big
freaking
number.
cool, man. I thought we might do like, I don't even know. I didn't even care. I just like whatever we do is great. So people are awesome. There's 81 people shopping right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, people. This is
good.
Awesome.
Definitely appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Keeps us eating Taco Bell whenever we want.
Yeah, it's awesome to see because I just keep putting stuff out there, and and I see all these, like, especially every time I put out something like really personal, like I put a video out about struggling with driving and stuff like that, and then you get some people who they'll send me emails. A lot of people will send me emails saying, "Hey, thanks for I have the same thing," or "Man, I thought you had it all figured out," kind of thing, and I'm glad that you don't. And then other people are like, see, I told you, he's full of crap. I said, well, yeah, I'm real full of crap. I literally can't be any more transparent with you. It's crazy. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, there's a lot of good positive feedback as well, though, which is nice.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, yeah. And then there's the vast majority, the silent majority. This is like everything in the world. The silent majority, you never hear from. They vote with their wallet. They vote with their view, or they vote with they don't have to be very vocal. I appreciate all. I appreciate the vocal. Well, I don't appreciate the the goofy negative stuff. But with every negative, with every positive, there's generally a negative or two in there. But I'm just gonna keep doing it. The more I can detach from that, the better. The less unlikable I think I become. So yeah. So anyway, whatever.
All right, let's see. Chris wants to know, now that you're on the GT wave, do you think you'll try to get a 992 GT3 RS?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to get one. We'll see. I think I got better odds, especially after this video comes out. We can then use this video as a sales pitch. Say, hey, you want me to do this? Because it's freaking awesome.
All right, one other, while we were talking about the video with the anxiety and the vasovagal, is that how you say it? Yeah. Simon wants to know, have you ever tried meditating as part of your treatment for that?
Yeah. And that doesn't
Tried
work
pretty
for
much
me.
everything, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. James Flynn wants to know, he says, hey, love your custom desk, Matt. I'm working on building my own.
Yeah.
Any updates on when the Blue Tree tops would be available to purchase?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I've got to get working on that. So I'm going to talk to Mark. How are we going to create that? Bryce. Come on, Bryce. Stop
Goes
shaking
on the
your
short
head.
list.
At least he's smiling still, He just gives me the double head no.
Let's see.
We're just one day at a time improving stuff. There's so much awesome that we can create. It's on the long short list.
It's a very long short list. Here's the question you can't answer, though. Also, what was the name of the color that you went with? You had like a blend of something, right? Two together?
Charcoal and gray or something.
Yeah, it's like 50% charcoal, 50% something else.
Gray or something.
Oh, I thought you could answer that. Sorry, James.
Something or other. It's 50 of something or others, and
Gray
another
and
gray and blue of something.
There you go. I might make the top myself, but wanted to emulate your color. Any info on the color finish would be much appreciated. So, James, email us, and there's a little chunk sample.
Yeah,
thing
we have
can
it in
go.
the cabinet.
We'll
Yeah,
get- send
take
you
a picture of
that.
it and send it to you.
All right, Refresh Garage says, Matt, you've done that training at Esoteric, right? What do you
Mhm.
expect? What can I expect there? Thoughts, opinions, recommendations, etc. So I guess they're going as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Todd's still doing it. You'll learn a lot about I was thinking about this the other day. The thing I learned that I took away most was edge work. Todd, I think, teaches edge work better than anybody I've been taught by. Other guys just kind of gloss over it, but he spends a lot of time teaching you how to work and make sure you get the edge corrected as well. And so that was, I think, the biggest takeaway. You'll also learn a lot about, business, which, wasn't as useful for me because I don't have a detailing business, but, that's what it's catered to, that kind of thing. I'm sure they've evolved them. I took it, 3 years ago or something like that. It's the how to, and also, pad flatness. If you don't have, apparently am crooked by design. And so when I stand crooked, so not crooked like like some people think I'm shady, but crooked in that I can't get the darn things flat. And so now I kind of learned a lot about that. I still didn't fix it when I was there, but then after watching myself on video over and over again, I kind of continued to work on how to hold the polisher so they keep the pad flat. But you'll do, we did a car from start to finish, and so learning about coating application and just kind of honing your skills. And every training I've ever been to, the key, I don't go into it looking to revamp my whole process. What I do is I go into it pretending like I know nothing. So I've been, with Mike Phillips and Todd Cooperrider and Jason Rose and Ivan LaCroix and who else have I been trained by? A couple of other people. I just go into it not pretending, but like I don't go into it like, let me show you what I know. They don't care. It's a waste of time. I always went into it pretending like I don't know anything. And so as far as any of those guys are concerned, they can take credit for all of it. They would assume that I knew nothing. Outside, I knew, to talk about products and, pick their brain and stuff like that. But I just go into it pretending I don't know how to do anything. That way I can pick up as much as I can. Like for Mike Phillips, the thing I picked up most was learn how to wrap a power cord around the polisher. Just little tweaks like that are super, super useful to me. Or, Jason Rose reminding us to close the bottle so you don't, the polish doesn't evaporate and get, less effective. Just little things like that. So I don't care what it costs. I don't care who you're going. I don't care if you like the process or not. You're going to pick up some things from every single person that you learn from, or is at least telling you how they do it.
All right, let's see. Spencer, our friend up in the Dakotas somewhere, says, if you had to pick an American-made sedan, I know you love those, Dodge Charger, Cadillac CTS, etc., what's your choice?
It's not looking good.
Camry?
It's not an American-made sedan.
It probably is, actually.
Yeah.
They make it in West Virginia or something.
Yeah. Shoot. I don't know, man. I don't want any sedans. I don't like the CTS-V. But, I mean, that's really your only option.
Chevy SS, there you go.
No. Chevy SS. Get out of here.
It's a four-door Corvette.
Yeah, I don't know. None of the above. The NA declined.
All right. Eric says, when do you anticipate the Rupes LHR 15 ES will be back in the store? I don't think we have the ES thing, do we? That's a different thing.
We've never carried the
But the LHR 15, those were back ordered for a while. Then we got some in.
They're probably all gone.
Yeah,
again,
Rupes is still playing catch up with us, and I think they are
Yeah.
all gone. So we're still waiting on more. Did you take delivery of your GT4? Yes, he did.
Yep. Just finished polishing it this afternoon. Next up is wheels.
Have you done the fuel cap? Does it have a fuel cap? Did you snip that already?
Yep.
There you
First
go.
modification, did the snip to it. Got to order my radar detector. Got to send Sebastian a message to get blend mount, hardware kit. I'm going to swap the unit in R3. Is it an R3? R3, R7? Why does that not sound right? For the in the M3. So I got to do that too.
All right, here's a good question from Shaz29. Mike, our friend Mike in California, who helps do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Just through OG. Just him putting photos up in the OG group, and then sent me a picture of he bought what was the Be Obsessed or Be Average sweatshirt, and he bought one for all his kids and stuff, and then we had I think we met at the first Rupes event, I think, with all these people, Dave Plotz and David Beaver and Chris Kim and dozens of other people that now are well adjusted, that haven't gone and said I'm ridiculous.
They just haven't publicly said that.
No, they told me to my face because they're freaking grown-ups, not babies. The 25-year-old guys are the ones that they come in the beginning. That's a big mistake I made in the beginning. Is I just, hey, everybody wants to come in, come on in, come on over, come into my house, and I'm gonna invite you to everything. And people kept showing up, and then I guess they expect me to pay them or something at some point. I don't know what, but yeah, there's a large contingent of people that I've left a wake of disaster from start to finish. But yeah, I haven't hacked Mike off yet. So, but I have so many friends, like lifelong, legitimate friends, and then they all have lifelong legitimate friends from all this connectivity and people meeting each other from this thing that I stumbled upon, and some give me credit and some don't. And those don't, for whatever reason, they don't like to go away. I wish it just go away. If you don't like me, just leave me out of it. They keep coming back over and over and over again. Just go away. If you're not well adjusted enough to have your own frickin' thing going, leave me out of it. Gosh sakes.
Let's see. I have a couple suggestions for you for the American made today. Tesla Model 3 or Model S, maybe?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Model S. That's what I would do. I might get one of those at some point. Start modifying it, put some wheels on it, lower it.
All right, here's a good question from Chris in the chat. Strong name. Assuming you still lived in the Northeast, do you think that would influence your choices in cars?
Oh, yeah, sure.
What would you have instead, do you think?
You'd want something all-wheel drive, if you can. So you might have a Turbo S or something like that, or Audis and become more, less annoying. So all-wheel drive stuff, having an X5 M or something like that would probably be more likely. I'd always have to have some sort of truck or SUV or some sort of all-wheel drive thing. So I'd probably have more all-wheel drive, more practical stuff. Because I would still want to drive around in the winter, and then I'd have more summer, winter cars than I do now.
There you go. We got a super chat from CJ here. What was your process for refreshing wax back when you waxed your cars? I haven't made the switch to coatings yet, and wasn't sure of the OG process.
Yeah, so my test has always been that if I can feel contamination, then I don't want to top it. Right, and so back in the day, spray waxes weren't really all that great of a topper. Where now you have like Bead Maker and ECH2O and Reload and Cure and all these silicon dioxide based toppers. We didn't really have those, when I was waxing, and it's not all that long ago, 3, 4, or 5 years ago, and so. What my requisite was that if I let's say I was 3 months in and I didn't feel any surface contamination, I'd feel comfortable just topping, just adding another coat of wax. So I'd be using like Maguire spray wax or Griot spray wax as my drying aid, and then I would sort of top another layer of Colinite 3 months in. But I rarely ended up doing that, especially since I was daily driving cars. And so I am driving more mileage, so I would just generally just wait 6 months, polish it off, and then start fresh. Put a whole nother sealant wax combo on. But again, I think the requisite is if you can feel, with soapy water, if you can feel contamination. I don't want to start waxing because then you'll start dislodging that crap and scratching. And so usually like that 1 to 2, 3 month range is when you have a window to start to top it off.
All right. Are there any updates on the wash bay? On updates, stuff coming to the wash bay?
No, that's a winter project. Likely, I sat with Jamie from Mosmatic, and we're thinking about doing some really insane stuff. So, I would really love to tear it up and do drains out there. But Mosmatic drying system, doing a foam lance. So I would actually have a soap tank. So I'd have a decon soap tank, and I would have an atom soap tank, and I'd have solenoids for switching. And so I'd have a rinse like a regular gun, and then I'd have a foaming lance. So it's a separate hose. So I'd actually have 4 boom poles. 1 vacuum boom pole, 1 air dryer boom pole, 1 foam lance boom pole, and 1 normal pressure washer boom pole. And then I'm going to put some audio speakers in the exterior, some in-ceiling speakers, put some fans out there as well. There's going to be a lot going on with this ceiling out there. And then do floor mat clips on the sides, air compressor, power cord and air reels, and like take this thing to the, look like gosh darn space shuttle out there. It's going to be pretty sick. Yeah, so I'll build a room off to the left for all this equipment, and that's what I'm going to start to get into. We'd still probably use a Krensla as our source unit, but that's when I'm going to start getting into RO and DI systems and stuff like that, and because I want to be able to provide like real high end, super legit wash bays in people's homes where you don't need a foam cannon anymore. You can use a foaming lance. And then you have solenoid type switching, and so I'm going to start to chase that at some point when I start digging into. We'll be doing MSS Plus cabinets out there and just kind of revamping the thing again, and then building a garage too at some point. Shoot, if we keep having $200,000 days, I'll build my garage. If only that $200,000 wasn't profit, I could just build a garage today. Let's do it. Let's roll. I got $215,000 in cash sitting there right now. Let's go spend it.
Right there. Let's see. Oh, someone earlier, I lost your name. Sorry. They were asking about a Raptor update. You mentioned a week or two ago how there was an issue.
Michelle, I need to get a new door, I guess. I don't know. She freaking smashed the door. I think now the good part about the door being smashed, I think it's just the thing's dead to me. But then, buddy Brandon just bought one for with 100 and something thousand miles for $35,000. I'm like, shoot, my truck's still worth a lot. I need to take care of this thing. And I was taking care of it. I just detailed the thing, and then she ran into a pole. And so I just need to get a new door. And
what year is yours? 13?
Yeah.
Oh. That's cool. Yeah, he got a 14, I think, but yeah, it's got a lot of miles. All right.
Yeah, mine has freaking Devers rear, and Devers in the rear, and upgraded suspension and stuff like that, and it's aftermarket wheel, and the thing's freaking sick.
Let's see. Clay wants to know: would you ever consider opening storefronts across the country that carry the products you have online?
No. Nope. I don't think so.
And then, any updates on the OG Canada experiment distribution?
I need to get there to Canada. Make sure I even like it.
Oh.
We can't go.
So sorry, Canada.
You gotta wait for this bull crap, whatever to go away.
See, that's still a long way off.
I guess. Or, could be in a couple of months. Magically.
Dig a tunnel. There you go, Steve.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to go there, but then it's going to be too cold, dude. And I'm going to take one step off the plane and just turn right back around and say, screw this. I'm not going there.
Yeah, winter's probably not the best time to go.
This is stupid. I'm not doing that. Yeah.
I guess it'd be like coming here at this time of year in the summer.
Yeah, you walk outside and your glass, you can't even, your phone, you can't even see. It's all fogged up. You're sweating instantly. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like, screw this. I'm out of here. And I just get off of the equator. Yeah. So anyway, the sale's still going on, people. 10% off free shipping. It's just too short a notice here to figure out how to do any kind of inside the hex extras. So for the 1.5 people that are super angry, they're not getting something special. Come on. Just getting videos. They're special. I'm freaking complaining.
Yeah, and please remember, I know you'd think it'd go without saying, but please remember to use the coupon code CAPSALE at checkout. Because if you don't use it, it does not automatically apply. So remember to do that if you'd actually like to take advantage. And it ends Monday, 11:59 Eastern time. So keep that in mind, everyone who's not on Eastern time.
Yeah, you have 4 days. You have 96 hours to work within here. So
if you miss the end, can't help you. Sorry.
I guarantee you will still get a dozen emails.
Yeah, so if you're behind, if you're on the West Coast or Middle America, keep that in mind. Set a reminder on your phone right now.
That the East, and put a thing, East Coast is the only place that matters.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an easy answer here for Nickel Pictures. Regarding OG Canada, why Alberta and not somewhere in BC? Heartland. That's the answer. That's the answer.
No. I'm looking for something in the near the mountains. A little bit more centrally located. I mean, it's centrally located would be in the middle of nowhere, but I'd like to be on the the Rockies, so I can go to the mountains in like the summer and have a ranch, some couple of herds of cattle. I'm gonna be a weekend cowboy. Start wearing belt buckles. Start tucking my shirts in. Get some flannels. Some blue jeans.
Canadian tuxedo. We learned about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, blue jeans and a big old belt buckle. And apparently you wear a jacket like all the time. At least on the TV shows, that's what they do.
Well,
Yellowstone and Heartland. And that's what you do. That's how you do it.
All right, two quick detailing questions here, then we'll let these poor people go. Alex wants to know, does Colonite degrade while a car is dry stored? I like my cars away for the winter.
Nah.
I wondered if I should detail before or after storage.
I'm sure you could do it before. It'll be fine. I don't think it's going anywhere.
All right, and then we have a friend here, Shahid from Cape Town, South Africa. Any thoughts on smart battery chargers for cars that are less driven? Have you ever used one, or do you?
Yeah, I use either the C-Tech or Noco, and those seem to work pretty well. That they, so they don't just drive your battery in the ground and dry it out. Yeah, so right now I have a Noco one, but I also have a C-Techs, the Porsche C-Tech versions. Those work pretty well.
All right, we do have one last super chat here from Adam.
Ooh, what's he saying?
Well, kind of something we just discussed here, but any consideration to optioning or opening franchises? No, he doesn't want to.
No, yeah, I wouldn't. I would kill people. They wouldn't be able to do it the way I wanted it done. I can't even get Bryce to go mountain biking with me. How am I going to get somebody to run the business the way I want? It'd be like when McDonald's was franchising and they're making mashed potatoes and gravy and stuff at some of the franchise locations. So, yeah.
There you go. All right, thank you all for the questions, for participating. CAPSALE is the code if you want to get in on that.
Let's beat Black Friday. That'll be freaking crazy.
We'll give you one last update here.
That would be nuts.
Maybe.
What's your battery status at?
49%.
That's when I start to get on the edge of a little bit antsy.
49%.
Yeah. I get a little antsy. Start itching for what's going on. It's broken.
Yep.
I get a little bit antsy.
That's a good question for you related to your gas tank. Do you stop? 217,000.
Do I what?
Do you stop for gas once it gets like just below halfway? Do you?
No, I'm like quarter tank is that's my time. Are you a light on kind of guy? Drive another couple of days?
I don't usually get that low.
Yeah, Michelle's a light on. Do like 3 more drives and then get it filled up. Drives me crazy.
We're about the same on that.
It's a 38-gallon tank.
That gets pricey.
Just fill it up. All right, people. It's 3:34.
Right.
I'm gonna go watch an episode of Heartland and get back to detailing.
An episode. That's funny. That's right. All right, we'll see.
I'm on round 3 of watching the show again. it relaxes me, Chris. I'm insane.
Whatever floats your boat.
I'm an insane person. So
there are worse things you could do.
yeah. See ya.